So this exercise, chero ngirozi yabva kudenga.
Even an angel that's come from heaven can struggle with this exercise.
Because they are not omniscient. Even angels, they don't know everything.
Okay, guys, so before I play you the video randoda koko play, right, there is an issue here in some streets. I and a lot of people vanga vasiri kuziva kuti Prophet Makandiwa vakaitire that exercise yavakaita. And also I've noticed that kuti vanhu vazhinji havana kupesa kuona video after pakapera that competition, if I might call it competition, ameno kuti tingaiti that exercise yakaitika kuti maprofita hana chakazoona chichichi. So according to my words, a prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa vakati this exercise yanga isiri kuprova kuti vanhu ifeki vese, right? According to his words vakatoti I was going to give vanhu time yokuti vaprofite because ndatoona kuti pane vamwe vanhu vanotoona zvemashowa, but because of time hatisi kukwanisa kuti tizoita se tizovapa time yokuti vaprofite, but pane vanhu vaikwasa kutonhonga tsono.
Hama dzangu mauya kuzoita this exercise, please don't surrender. Ndachitoda kuti vamwe wenyu ndikudedzei.
I actually wanted to call some of you.
Time.
If I had had the time,
ndakandichadedza vamwe vandaona apa.
I would have called mine that I saw there.
Kuti vauye ndovapa mukana kuti profita vamwe vanhu muno.
To come and
some
give
of
them
them
the
were going to
prophesy
pick correctly and accurately. Some of them. Saka musavashoropodza vanhu vauya apa.
So don't undermine them, don't insult them.
Ndangoda kuti vauye muzvione kuti hakuna profita kana ng'anga kana muroi anoona. Saka zvese zvauchazoudzwa naprofeti.
So whatever the prophet is going to tell you, put question marks.
Okay, so according to this video, clip even if we were going to give this exercise to angels, right to mbopinda beast just because ngirozi futi adziziye zvese. That is according to my words, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. So Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa in the video, but that 4 hours video, I'm sure, because a lot of people wakati after pachingopera exercise yevanhu vainyora zvinhu vachiprofita vaye, I think yakadrop an almost 20,000 live, which means a lot of people havanazopesa video. But kumberi kwacho kwevideo iyi akazotanga kutsanangura achiansa vamwe vanhu vakapedza kukiresa vachiti you cannot put mari pazvinhu zvokuti muri kuda kuita that competition here, like muri kuitisa zvinhu kuti zvitenge competition here, hamufaniri kuzoisa ma-awards or mari pazvinhu zvemagifts amwari. So Prophet Makandiwa pane example yavakazopa, so I'm just going to play it mozonzwira mega, then you will say what you think about explanation yavakapa vaMakandiwa. So we just give my side essay takambokupa video ra Apostle Chiwenga ra Miracle Paul, then this is side ra Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. So you tell us what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe.
Right, what Makandiwa is doing, is it biblical? Because that then becomes the subject. Satambini power amwari. Satambini simba, tambisa simba amwari.
You don't play with the power of God. Do you really know God's power?
The king said to the prophets, this was Belshazzar, if you come and you interpret the handwriting on the wall, I will give you a golden chain. 1 million. I'll give you a linen. Hear me? Hear me? Hear me? We always make sure we are biblical. And then he said, you shall be the third in command. A political position was offered to the most accurate prophet. Now,
Daniel 5 verse 7.
Don't worry. Then Daniel, Daniel.
Now you can copy Daniel.
Daniel.
You who don't believe in gambling, copy Daniel. Then Daniel said no.
pfuma yenyu chengetai zvenyu.
You may keep your wealth.
Asi ndiri kuuya kuzokuudzai.
But I'm coming to tell you anyway.
Handidi zvemari.
I'm not interested in your money.
Chipo chemweya hachitengeswe.
We don't sell
Asi
spiritual gifts,
musi
but
weSunday
on Sunday,
ndiri kuuya
I'm coming
ndokuudzai zviri muhomwe menyu.
and I'll tell you what is in your
Are
pocket.
you listening to me?
Yes.
Ingoti pavhesi yacho vanoverenga vari kudzimba.
Just give us the verse. They can read it at home.
Chapter chi?
Daniel chapter 5,
Iyo.
verse 7.
Right.
The king cried aloud to bring in the astrologers, the Chaldeans, and the soothsayers. And the king spake and said to the wise men of Babylon, whosoever shall read this writing and show me the interpretation thereof shall be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about
Sit
his
down
neck,
and listen.
and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom.
Third what?
Ruler in the kingdom.
Yes?
Then came in all the king's wise men, but they could not read the writing,
Yes?
nor make known to the king the interpretation thereof. Then was King Belshazzar greatly troubled, and his countenance was changed in him, and his lords were astonished. Now the queen, by reason of the words
You
of
know
the
why he
king,
was angry? You know why he was angry? Because all of these astrologers and magicians were feeding from the state coffers. Vaidya mari dzehurumende,
They were eating money from the states.
vaidya mari dzemapoliticians avana.
They were consuming politicians' money.
Vaichengetwa nehurumende vachitonzi uyu ndiye anobatsira utungamiriri uyu neuyu.
They were
Vachidya
being
mari.
looked after by the
Ndo
government at the
panongobva
basis.
hasha, ko hasha dzinobva kupi?
So where else can the anger be
Kuti
coming from?
makore esaya muri pasalary.
It's from understanding that all this
Ndozoita
time
ruoko runouya rwonyora ndoti chiuya muite basa mutadza.
you've been on salary, but when the time comes to do the work, you can't.
Zviri kunzwika
Do
here?
you hear me?
now the queen, by reason of the words of the king and his lords, came into the banquet house. And the queen spake and said, O king, live forever. Let not thy thoughts trouble thee, nor let thy countenance be changed. There is a man in thy kingdom, in whom is the spirit of the holy gods. And in the days of thy father, light and understanding and wisdom, like the wisdom of the gods, was found in him. Whom the king Nebuchadnezzar, thy father, the king, I say thy father, made master of the magicians, astrologers, Chaldeans, and soothsayers. For as much as an excellent spirit, and knowledge and understanding, interpreting of dreams, and showing of hard sayings, and dissolving of doubts were found in the same Daniel, whom the king named Belshazzar. Now let Daniel be called, and he will show the interpretation. Then was Daniel brought in before the king. And the king spake and said unto Daniel, Art thou that Daniel, which art of the children of the captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry? I have even heard of thee, that the spirit of the gods is in thee, and that light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee. And now the wise men, the astrologers, have been brought in before me, that they should read this writing and make known unto me the interpretation thereof. But they could not show the interpretation of the thing. And I have heard of thee that thou canst make interpretations and dissolve doubts. Now, if thou canst read the writing and make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet, and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. Verse 17. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, Let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king.
You see?
Ndokuti Makandiwa zvauri kuita zvazviitwe.
And this is how you say what you are trying to make us do, Makandiwa.
Chipo chamwari hachinzwarwo.
You cannot do this with the gift of
Chengeta
God.
reward yako but ndichakuudza.
Keep your reward, but I'm coming to tell you.
Yet I will read the writing unto the king,
Yeah.
and make known to him the interpretation.
Yeah.
Verse 18. O thou king.
So apa papaunoti aramba chipo handiti.
So you see that he refused the gift, yes?
Right. Usaperere ipapo ramba chiverenge.
Don't end there, but keep going.
Anditi wati akaramba zvinhu zvemweya zvibhadharwe ramba uchiverenga.
Because you've been saying that you don't
Kuramba
know.
ko.
This is
Tapawana
refusal.
paaramba ramba uchiverenga tigoona kuti
Keep
atore.
reading.
O thou king, the most high God, gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom and majesty and glory and honor.
Yeah.
And for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages
Go verse
trembled.
20.
Verse 20.
Pana pasina tumhanya futi. Ehe.
But when his heart was lifted
Verse
up,
21.
21, and he was driven from the sons of men
Verse
and his
22,
given to the
29.
Medes, then commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet.
And they what?
Clothed Daniel with scarlet.
Achiri kuramba here.
Is he still refusing?
Is he a false prophet
No.
for taking a reward? No, he's not. You know Daniel, right? He's not one of the fake ones. He's better than all of us. He's taking what? A reward. And what again on top of that?
And put a chain of gold about his neck,
Yes.
and made him a proclamation, and made a proclamation concerning him, that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom.
It's okay. Let's stop there. Part of the reason why Daniel refused the offer, it is because he knew that the king was going to be killed that same day. So it wouldn't make sense to him to be the third in command, knowing the first in command is going to die tonight. So it's not about refusing the reward. Even when the Medes and the Persians took over from Belshazzar that same night, Darius, the king of the Medes, made Daniel the president of all the princes.
Verse 6, chapter 6. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes,
120 princes.
which should be over the whole kingdom.
Yes, and there were three presidents.
And over these three presidents,
Over these 120, three presidents. And Daniel being on top of the three. Keep on reading.
of whom Daniel was first.
You see? So still, that appointment went over to the next kingdom. He was still recognized based on his performance, his display of power. Even had Daniel not seen that, still he was not going to be a fake prophet.
Okay, guys, tell us what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. Boom.